What if I told you that Stranger Things isn't just a sci-fi story, but a reflection of real government experiments that actually happened? Hidden beneath the monsters, the Upside Down, and Eleven's powers, there's a dark chapter of history. A chapter involving secret programs, mind control, and children used as test subjects. This is the real project behind Stranger Things. Part 1. Stranger Things was never just fiction. When Stranger Things first aired, it felt original. Telekinesis, secret labs, parallel dimensions. But the creators, the Duffer Brothers, openly admitted something important. They were inspired by real conspiracy theories and real government projects. Especially one name, Project MK Ultra, and another, even more disturbing, Project Montauk. Part 2, Project MK Ultra. Project MK Ultra was a real CIA program that ran from the 1950s to the early 1970s. Its goal was simple, but terrifying: control the human mind. The CIA experimented with hypnosis, sensory deprivation, psychological torture, and psychoactive substances. Many of the test subjects didn't even know they were part of an experiment. Some were prisoners, some were patients, and some were children. The idea was to break the mind and rebuild it. Sound familiar? Part 3. 11 and MK Ultra Parallels. In Stranger Things, 11 grows up inside a laboratory. She is isolated, conditioned, trained, used. This mirrors MK Ultra experiments where subjects were pushed to psychological extremes. The show exaggerates the powers, but the process is eerily similar. Deprivation, fear, repetition. The belief that trauma could unlock hidden abilities. Part 4. Project Montauk. Now this is where things get darker. Project Montauk is an alleged secret program said to take place at Camp Hero in Montauk, New York. According to whistleblowers and conspiracy researchers, Montauk expanded on MK Ultra. Instead of just mind control, it aimed to unlock psychic abilities, teleportation, remote viewing, even time manipulation. Most shocking of all, children were supposedly used as subjects. Part 5. Montauk and the Upside Down. Montauk stories describe portals, rips in reality, creatures appearing during experiments. This is where the Upside Down begins to look less fictional. In Stranger Things, experiments tear open another dimension. Monsters cross over. Reality collapses. Montauk legends describe similar consequences. A mind pushed too far. A door opened that couldn't be closed. Part 6. The Montauk Boys. One of the most disturbing claims is about the so-called Montauk Boys, children taken from broken homes, runaways, forgotten kids. They were allegedly trained to visualize objects so strongly, they became real. In the show, 11 creates monsters unintentionally. In Montauk stories, the same thing happens. Thought becomes reality. Part 7. Why this still matters. Most MK Ultra documents were destroyed. Montauk was never officially acknowledged. But Stranger Things doesn't deny these inspirations. It reframes them, turns real fear into fiction, and asks one question. What if we never learned the full truth? Part 8. 11 as a weapon. One of the most chilling elements of Stranger Things is not the monsters. It's the idea that 11 was never meant to be a child. She was meant to be a weapon. In MKUltra documents, the CIA often referred to subjects as assets, not people, tools. 11's identity is stripped away, her name replaced with a number. This mirrors real psychological tactics used to erase individuality. If you remove identity, control becomes easier. Part 9. The role of Dr. Brenner. Dr. Brenner is often portrayed as calm, intelligent, even caring. But that's what makes him terrifying. Real MK Ultra researchers weren't movie villains. They were doctors, scientists, men in white coats who believed the ends justified the means. Brenner doesn't see 11 as evil or good. He sees her as data. And that mindset existed in real life. Part 10. Parents, Loss, and Silence. Many real MK Ultra victims never received justice. Some didn't even know what happened to them. In Stranger Things, Eleven's mother is silenced, broken, ignored. This reflects how victims of government experiments were dismissed for decades. Records vanished, stories were denied, truth was buried. Part 11, Why Children Were Targeted. Because their minds are still forming, more flexible, more vulnerable. MK Ultra researchers believed trauma could permanently reshape perception. Stranger Things turns this idea into supernatural power, but the real version is far darker. It leaves scars, not abilities. Part 12, Stranger Things as a warning. Stranger Things isn't just entertainment, it's a warning. A reminder of what happens when secrecy replaces ethics, when power has no limits. The monsters aren't from another dimension, they're human decisions. Stranger Things may look like fantasy, but its roots are buried in real history, real experiments, real victims, and unanswered questions. Sometimes the scariest stories are the ones based on reality. If you want more real cases behind your favorite shows and characters, subscribe. Because fiction is only the surface. The truth is always darker.